everyone, we're going to find the solution set for this inequality. The first thing I'm going to do is, and this is a strict inequality because it doesn't have an equal sign, I'm going to subtract this from both sides. And so this is going to be greater than 0. So we want all positive values when you graph. Now, we got to get the common denominator. Our common denominator, let me write this again, 1 over x plus 2 minus 3 over x plus 1 is greater than 0, which means positive. My common denominator is x plus 2 times x plus 1. And you just cross here. So you get x plus 1 minus 3 times x plus 2. And now simplifying, you get x plus 1 minus 3x minus 6. And simplifying, we're going to get negative 2x minus 5 over x plus 2 times x plus 1 is positive. All right, so when we look at this, we're looking for our zeros. So that means you set your numerator to 0, and that's going to give you x equals negative 5/2 when you solve for x. And then we also want to look for where we have our vertical asymptotes, and that's where x is undefined. That's going to be negative 2 and negative 1. So if I do a number line, I'm going to put my three values decreasing order. So this is negative 2.5, negative 2, and negative 1. So the intervals I'm going to choose are, the first one is going to be negative infinity to negative 5/2. And from this interval, negative 5/2, comma negative 2. And then this interval is negative 2, comma negative 1. And the last interval is this one, which is negative 1 to infinity. Okay, we choose numbers, and the ones I chose were negative 3, 1/2, no, I chose this one, I chose negative 2.25, and then I chose negative 1.5, and I chose 0 here. So when you plug in your values into your function, again, your function was f of x equals 1 over x plus 2 minus 3 over x plus 1, and we want this to be negative. So when I plug it in, I'm going to get 0.5, negative 1.6, 8, and negative 2.5. All right, and we want negative, so we have two negatives here, that's negative, and this one. So I want these two intervals. We do not want the positives. So therefore my solution set is, and it's a strict inequality, so we want from x is in between negative 5/2 and negative 2, or was this negative or positive? We want this to be positive, sorry. I wrote down the wrong thing. So we want it to be positive. Sorry about that. So the positive ones actually are here. So we want this interval and this interval. We don't want these two. All right, now let's do it right. So we have x is less than negative 5/2, or x is in between negative 2 and negative 1. And that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.